Hello, this is Julia Finch, and this is my sponsorship assignment. For this assignment, I am going to talk about the Patriots and what I think their sponsorship inventory could be. So, there is no way this can be an exhaustive list, or else I will be here all day, but I will run through a few ideas that I have. So the first category I would say is physical attributes of the stadium, and so that would include naming rights of the stadium. So right now the Patriots have Gillette Stadium, so that would be under this. Then also gate names. We talked about that a little bit at NRG, how the different gates have names. This would also include suites that are sponsored by different companies. I also think that they could sell sponsorship rights for different halls and concourses and staircases around the stadium, as well as seating sections. So you could say that section 130 is sponsored by a certain company. The next category I'm going to talk about is the physical attributes surrounding the stadium. So that would include parking lots and roads. So I know that in Foxborough, the road that the stadium on is called Patriot Place, but maybe instead it could be a certain company's Patriot Place, a sponsorship of that road, as well as the parking lots. A certain company could sponsor a parking lot. Then also surrounding Gillette Stadium, they have Patriot Place, which is a bunch of stores and restaurants. So different companies could sponsor those stores or restaurants that are surrounding the stadium. Also, at Gillette Stadium, they have the Hall, which is an interactive fan experience, sort of Hall of Fame, that could certainly be sponsored by a company. They also have the Patriots practice field outside of Gillette Stadium, and so again, that and all the parts of that field could be sponsored by companies. The next category I'm going to talk about is inside stadium sales. So soft drinks, of course, that we've talked about could be sponsored, different beer sponsors, food sponsors. Food can be brought to you by a certain restaurant and different sponsorship opportunities there. The inside stadium apparel sales, the store can be brought to you by whatever apparel company, as well as apparel can be sold with the logo of various apparel companies. So there's another opportunity there. Then another category would be things that the players and coaches are using. So that would include things that are being used by the coaches on the sidelines. I know that this past year throughout the NFL, they were all using the Microsoft Surface tablets. So that's a really great opportunity, something like that. I know Bill Belichick wasn't a big fan of those, but if you found something he was a fan of, maybe he could use, and that could be an effective sponsorship. So again, continuing with that, the different headphones they're using on the sidelines. I believe the Bill Belichick's headphones have a Big Bose logo on the side. So those are certainly sponsorship opportunities there. Then, all the equipment being used by the players. So the balls, like the NFL uses the Wilson ball, and we talked about that. I talked about that in my last presentation, with the Wilson logo being very prominent. Then, of course, jerseys, cleats have the Nike logo, and there are sponsorship opportunities there as well. And so another category I'm going to talk about would be signage around the stadium. So on the Jumbotron in the stadium, there can be different advertisements there, advertising different sponsors. Then, of course, at press conferences after the game, You see the wall with logos behind the coaches and players. And so there's some signage opportunities right behind the players there to get some good TV time. Then all over the concourse, there can be advertisements. There's signage all around the stadium. Whatever concourse you go to, you'll definitely see some advertisements, some signage, which allows for some pretty good sponsorship opportunities. Then the wall surrounding the fields that get some good TV time, those could be sponsored to have some signage on those as well. Then, of course, they have the more outside advertising opportunities, so that wouldn't be anything located at the stadium, but they have advertising space on their website, patriots.com. I'm sure that they put sponsors advertisements across the top and side and play videos for their sponsors and whatnot. Then again, of course, the apparel on Patriots Pro Shop. A lot of it has that Nike logo, so that's a great sponsorship opportunity. There's Patriots Radio, and they can put advertisements on there, as well as TV advertisements for sponsors. So there are a whole lot of sponsorship opportunities, and so I would say the sponsorship inventory for the Patriots goes on and on and on, but those are the ones that I could think of off the top of my head. So thank you very much.